Good morning, students. Today we are going to start next chapter, that is origin and evolution of life. In this chapter, there is so much part is omitted. So, according to textbook, page number 100, 5.6 subtopic modern synthetic of theory of evolution, that we have to start. So, this theory which is related to the evolution and which is after Darwin. That's why so much kinds of modernization of this theory can be checked. So modern synthetic theory, which is the result of true synthesis of all biological discipline, studies related to genetical, ecological, anatomical, geographical, paleontological. That means the studies which are related to the genetics. That means how the mutation and all genetic changes got happened. Ecological, that is the environmental changes. Anatomical, that is the changes inside the body of an organism. Geographical changes, that you can check which are formed in the outside geographical physiography. Paleontological, that means with the including the study of the fossils. So were used to explain the mechanism of evolution. Also due to importance was given to the both mutations and natural selection. So these earlier theories are also included in the modern synthetic theory of evolution. R. Fisher, J.B.S. Haldane, and Dostoevsky, Huxley, Mayer, Simpson, Stevens, Fisher, Sewell Wright, Mendel, T.H. Morgan, etc. are the main contributors of the modern theory of evolution. That means this theory is not evolved by any single scientist. The all theories by these all scientists are included. Stevens in this book discuss 5 key factors such as gene mutations. So mutation in the chromosome structure and number, that is genetic recombination, natural selection and reproductive isolation, how it contributed to the evolution of new species. That means how the distance between the two species can be affected the evolution, and there is different kinds of line of evolution with the organisms. So all individuals are some species constitute the population, and the populations occur in small groups of inbreeding populations. Inbreeding, that means they can reproduce themselves. Such small inbreeding group of population is referred to as the Mendelian population, and the total genetic information encoded in some total of genes in a Mendelian population is called a gene pool. Simply, gene pool means the total number of genes of all individuals in a population. The gametes which are produced by individual, which are furnish a pool, that means which are contributed to a gene pool, which means the total number of gene of all individuals in a population, that we can say. So that gene pool which is of one generation, which is passed to the next generation, from which the genes will be selected. So that we can say the natural selection, which is also included here. Migration of population effectively alters the gene pool. Because of the migration, new genes are added into a specific gene pool which is located in specific area. So gene pool is also changes due to the replacement of one generation by another in the Mendelian population. That is because of the interrelation of the two homologous genes. That is in the another Mendelian population we can say. Thus any change in the gene pool affects the population. So genes are arranged linearly on the chromosomes having a definite positions, that we all know. So according to Mendel, every gene that influence a trait has 2 alleles. The proportion of an allele in the gene pool to the total number of alleles at a given locus is called gene frequency. So that means how many times that gene is actually find out or found on a chromosome. So modern synthetic theory comprises 5 main factors that are broadly divided into 3 main concepts like genetic variation, natural selection and isolation. So genetic variation that caused due to the various aspects of mutation, combination, recombinations and migration. Natural selection that we have studied in our earlier standard and even in this chapter, but part is omitted. And isolation for explaining the evolution of species. So genetic variation. Genetic variations are caused by the following factors These genetic variations are change in the gene and gene frequencies. So first factor, that is gene mutation, where the sudden permanent heritable change is called mutation. Sudden permanent change, that means which is carried from one generation to the next and which became the part of that species. That's why it is termed as heritable change. It is called a mutation. So mutation can occur in a gene, in the chromosome, and in chromosome number also. So mutation that occurs with the single gene is called point mutation or gene mutation, and which leads to the change in the phenotype of the organism. That means the change in the character of any phenotype, which causes the different dissimilarities from one generation to the next, so that we can call it as variation. Genetic recombination, at the time of gamete formation, meiosis taking place, and where the crossing over takes place with the non-sister chromatids. So here we can say in sexual reproduction organisms during gamete formation, exchange of genetic material takes place between non-sister chromatid, that is crossing over, and which produces the new genetic combinations, and that's why which results into the variations. So fertilization between the opposite mating gametes leads to the various recombinations, which resulting into the phenotypic variations, causing change in the frequencies of alleles. So first, third one, that is gene flow. Gene flow is a movement of genes into or outside the population, means in or out the population. So gene movement, which can be maybe a form of migration of organism, where the gene pool or a kind of genes which are transferred from one population to the another, where it is actually deleted or spread from one population, and which are introduced into the new population, that is according to genetic we can say into the new gene pool. So gametes, that are the dispersal of pollens or the segments of DNA, that we can say the transformation. So gene flow also alters gene frequency, which causing evolutionary changes. Genetic drift, any random fluctuation or alteration, that means change in the allele frequency which occurring in the natural population by pure chance, is called a genetic drift. For example, when a size of a population is severely reduced due to natural disasters like earthquakes, floods, fires, etc., which causes the elimination of a particular alleles from a population. Here we can say the examples of dinosaurs. Smaller populations have greater chances for genetic drift because they are less in number. So in these kind of natural disasters, they can be deleted, omitted easily. It will result in the change in the gene frequency, and genetic drift is also an important factor for evolutionary change. Fifth factor, that is chromosomal aberrations. The structural morphological change in chromosome due to rearrangement is called chromosomal aberrations. It changes the genes arrangement, there is order or a sequence, that results in the variation. So chromosomal aberrations which are occur. So what are the chromosomal aberrations? That are the rearrangement, or we can say the change in their structure of the chromosomes. So these are the arrangements or results in the variation. So occurs due to the deletion. The first one that we can say, where the loss of genes from a chromosome, you can check it in the first diagram, where the gene D which is deleted and not transferred to the next generation, or we can say to the in the gamete formation. Duplication in the second diagram, where genes are repeated or doubled in number on the chromosome, so which are responsible for the formation of any particular phenotype, which is a gradation phenotype, we can say, like skin color, where the number of protein synthesis for number of genes for protein synthesis of pigment melanin which increases, so accordingly the skin color darkness is also increases. Third, that is inversion. That means a particular segment of chromosome is broken and gets reattached to the same chromosome in an inverted position due to 180 twist. So gene totally reversed, that is transposition we can that is twisted we can say. So there is no loss or gain or gene complement of the chromosome. And the fourth diagram which explains translocation, where transfer or the transposition of the part of the chromosome or the whole set of a genes to a non-homologous chromosome, which is called translocation. And this is effected naturally by the transposons present in the cells. Natural selection. According to the Darwin, natural selection is the main driving force behind the evolution, and this holds that genetic variation rise within the population. The fittest will be at the selective advantage and will be more likely to produce offsprings than the rest. So the organism which is fittest, which will get more benefits to live in the environment, and the fit continues to enjoy greater survival and reproduce new species will eventually evolve. So that means which will remain constant in the competition of the survival. Alternatively, natural selection is a process by which better adapted organisms grow and produce a greater number of offsprings in the population. It brings about evolutionary changes by favoring differential reproduction of genes that bring about changes in the gene frequency from one generation to the next generation. That means we can say the new changes, that means a deletion, or we can say the addition of the genes, or the changes in the genes or gene structure which is continued in the natural selection. So selection against the harmful mutations leads to the mutation balance, in which allele frequency or harmful recessiveness, we can say recessives, which remain constant generation after generation. So harmful mutation which lead to the mutation which are actually balanced by the alternative allele. So here is the example of natural selection, that is the Biston beticularia and Biston carbonaria. The natural selection encourages those genes which are traits that assure highest degree of adaptive efficiency between the population and the environment. So here is the example which is given in the diagram, in that picture we can say, that is industrial melanism. So for natural selection, in Great Britain before the industrialization, that is 1845, grey white wing moths, that is Biston beticularia, were more in number than the black wing moth, that is Biston carbonaria. These moths are nocturnal and during daytime they rest on the tree trunk. So while white wing moth can conflash, hide in the background well with the lichen covered with the trees and help them to escape from the predatory birds. So because of their what we can say, the mimicry of the color of that bark, a bark of the tree, we can say, they are actually protected from their predator. On the other hand, the black wing moth resting on lichen covered tree trunks were easy victims for the predatory birds and their number was reduced. So during industrial revolution, the large number of industries came in Great Britain. So industries release black sooty smoke. So because of that smoke, that which is covered by the which actually killed the lichens which are white in color and growing on the trees, so turn to the tree black due to the pollution again. So white colored lichens are removed, and because of that black smoke, the trees trunks are gets covered with the black color. So this change become an advantage for the black wing moth that conflict well, and now black tree trunks and their number increase while the white wing moth become victims to the predatory birds due to which their number reduce. So thus natural selection has resulted in an establishment of phenotypic traits in changing the environmental conditions. So according to environment change, they have to change their phenotypic character, so that it can be naturally selected. Next topic, that is isolation. That isolation in the separation is the separation of the population of a particular species into smaller units which prevents interbreeding between them. Some barriers which prevents gene flow or exchange of genes between isolated populations is called isolating mechanism. So number of isolating mechanisms are operated in nature, and therefore divergence and speciation may occur. Divergence, that means separation, and they new species are formed. So because of the separation, new species are formed. Isolating mechanism are of two types: geographical isolation and reproductive isolation. So first one, that is geographic isolation. It is also called a physical isolation, occurs in the original population where it is divided into two more groups by geographical barriers such as rivers, such as ocean, mountains, glaciers. So population which is divided into two because of these geographical barriers, and these prevent the inbreeding between the isolated groups. So two groups which cannot be connected to each other, they cannot reproduce because of this geographical barrier. So separated group shows the different kinds of mutation, different kinds of evolution. So the separated groups are exposed to different kinds of environment factors, and they acquire new traits by the mutations. So the separated population develop distinct gene pool and they do not interbreed. Thus two new species have been formed by geographical isolation. For example, Darwin's finches. So that finches which are formed due to the separation. Reproductive isolation, where the reproductive isolation occurs due to the change in the genetic material, where gene pool and structure of genital organs, and it prevents interbreeding between the population. So maybe genetic material, maybe gene pool, and the mainly genital organs, different in the structure of genital organs, which prevents interbreeding between the population. So types of isolating mechanism, that means how that isolation takes place, that are pre-mating or pre-zygotic isolation. These mechanisms prevent the fertilization and zygote formation, where if that two organisms are actually mated but still fertilization is not takes place, so zygote formation is avoided. Habitat isolation or ecological succession. So habitat isolation, where the members of population living in the same geographic region but occupy separate habitats so that potential mates do not meet. Like they can change their habitat isolation, means some species are actually convert into some little bit what we can say we can say amphibian in nature, and some are turned to the aquatic totally or terrestrial totally, so they cannot meet. Next one, that is seasonal or temporal isolation. Members of population living in the same geographic region but are sexually mature at different years or different times of a year. That means the season of mating is different, or maybe they cannot match their maturity level for the sexual reproduction. Ethological isolation. Due to specific mating behavior, the members of population do not mate. That means the mating behavior, their what we can say the psychological changes related to the mating, that is ethological isolation. Mechanical isolation, where the members of two population have different in the structure of reproductive organs. That means in the example we can say the penis and the vagina of the both the organisms are not compatible for each other, so they cannot copulate. Post mating or post zygotic barriers, that is the gamete mortality, means gametes have a limited lifespan, so they due to the one or the other reasons, if union of two gametes does not occur in a given time, it results in the gamete mortality. So where we can say the sperm is unable to reach, sperm don't have that much time span to reach to the egg of the female. Zygote mortality, here egg is gets fertilized but zygote is dies due to one or the other reasons. That means zygote is unable to survive, that is the zygote mortality. And the hybrid sterility, hybrids develop to maturity but become sterile due to the failure of proper gametogenesis, so meiosis not takes place in their body. Mule is an intergeneric hybrid which is a sterile organism. Next part we are going to study in the next lecture.